Divas beware. Nikki Bella has that trademark Bella speed, intelligence, and fire. Nikki also has a physical power that makes it possible for her to put a beating on divas of all shapes and sizes. Since she's a Bella, you know she uses all of her assets to her advantage.
Nikki Bella doing a great job of turning that around. Oh, did she take a shot there? Michael, here's something that'll blow your mind. The first time Paige was actually in the ring for a professional match came before she was even born. That's right, her mother, who was also a wrestler and obviously didn't know she was pregnant at the time, actually competed in a match while Paige was in her womb.
So, what do you think about Paige?
Well, she's the #1 contender for the Divas Championship. And as we've said, she's getting the opportunity to win that title right now. The shoulders are down.
And she kicks out.
Man, she's not just beautiful, she's tough, too. Hey, simply put, Paige refuses to lose. Oh, after that, you're not seeing stars, you're looking at constellations. The shoulders are...
And a kick out.
And that's all that matters. This match continues. Whoa, it doesn't get any closer than that. I thought for sure we had seen the last of Paige tonight.
Adding insult to potential injury there. So much history here in Baltimore. In fact, it was in this city that superstar Billy Graham defeated Bruno Sammartino for the WWE Championship back in April 1977.
What do we got here? We've seen Paige put away so many divas with her PTO. A scorpion crosslock, she says, was inspired by former WWE.
And the shoulders up in time.
Well, as long as it's up before that 3 count, that's all that matters. Wow! Hey, you have to remember, Nikki's not just a pretty face. She's a fighter in there. She's feisty. Oh, that's just how I like them.
It's all over. There's the famous Paige turner. That should do it.
You're right. Paige has looked very impressive in this matchup. Nikki needs to regroup now. Ow!
Good Lord, that wasn't even close.
So that's what it's like being so far off the mark.
She clearly liked the results from the first time she delivered that move. In addition to the PTO you brought up earlier, King, we've also seen Paige down many a diva with her Paige turner. In fact, it was the Paige turner that put AJ Lee down and gave Paige the Divas Championship.
Well, between the Paige turner and the PTO scorpion crosslock, I don't know why any of the divas even agree to face Paige. She's just so devastating inside that ring.
A kick to the gut. That'll double you over.
Well, we're on the move here, and she drops like a sack of potatoes.
This could be all she wrote. Oh, resounding move by Nikki Bella.
She's having a real hard time getting back to her feet.
Inside the ring now.
Finally, let's get this done inside the ring. Uh-oh, big move coming.
Here's a girl in Paige that was told she wasn't pretty enough to be a WWE diva.
What?
And that she needed to change who she was. She needed to be like everybody else. And you know what she did? Nothing. She just went about her business, determined to become the best diva in the business, and look at her now.
Yeah, and you know how you know she's truly determined? She went out on her own at age 14 and traveled all over the world. It's not a sharpshooter. You see the way those legs are crossed? It's a Texas cloverleaf submission hold.
She did it. The winner.
few seconds, the wait is over, and we will finally get this match underway.
There's no telling what these competitors will do in Extreme Rules, but I can guarantee we're about to find out.
Don't expect a lot of mercy to be shown here.
Yeah, none expected and none will be shown.
Christian's just dominating this match right now.
Hey,
and he kicks out.
And he lives to fight again. Wow. Well, you may not care for his dance moves, but he's more than just style. I mean, what else do you have to hit?
Plenty of fight left.
You're right. This guy's still near 100%. Oh, that was close, but still not enough to keep Fandango down. The most impressive thing about Christian's offense is that it's so diverse. He's so technically sound when it comes to traditional mat game, but at the same time, he's also not afraid to fly. That's what makes him so dangerous.
Oh, rocked by that sledgehammer. And he's not going to stop there.
Yeah, this is vicious.
And he fails to connect with anything that time.
Man, that was some miss, all right. I can feel the breeze all the way over here.
To your point about Christian's diverse offense, I was talking to a superstar just a few days ago about what it was like to face Christian. He told me that he never knew if he was going to get suplexed or hit with a frog splash or floored with one of his patented baseball slides.
Yeah, and if none of that works, we've seen Christian resort to a few dastardly tactics at various times over the years. He's pretty handy with a steel chair, if you know what I mean. Yet another one for the highlight reel.
Oh, my. Get the medics down here.
Oh, look at this. When you go at an opponent like this, it means you're out for blood. The WWE World Book goes right out the window. Trust me, it's going to get ugly.
Right to the skull, and now...
Oh, wow. He may have lost control. Somebody needs to get the sledgehammer away from him.
Oh, watch out. After a shot like that, you're going to be walking funny, talking funny. Heck, you'll probably be seeing funny.
Fandango is all business here. I'm not sure if we've ever seen a superstar more graceful jumping from the top rope than Fandango. But when he lands his leg drop across his opponent's throat, it's not exactly watching Fred Astaire. Fandango's leg drop is devastating. If he keeps up this pace, this could turn real ugly real fast. He's putting on a one-man performance. The Christian Show.
Hang on.
Christian delivering crippling punishment.
The shoulders are down. 2, 3. And he keeps it, folks. What a win.
And there's the bell.
This championship match has started, and you can tell the participants know exactly what's at stake.
I think we may be moments away from seeing his breaking point.
Just a dominating display.
Yeah, I think we could see a lot of punishment inflicted here.
And here's the lockup. Look at these two jockeying for position.
Trust me, Michael, there's nothing routine about this. The sooner you can get an advantage over your opponent, the better. I'll tell you, I don't know if we'll see it here today, but you know that anytime Daniel Bryan enters the ring, his favorite finishing move, the yes lock, is right there in his back pocket.
What's your analysis of Neville?
This is when all those hours in the gym finally pay off. A chance to become champion. A chance to forever have your name in the record books.
Makes the cover. Plenty of fight left.
You're right. This guy's still near 100%. Daniel Bryan is taking full throttle control currently.
Going for the cover. And it's up. He got the shoulder up. Well, if we do see the yes lock from Daniel Bryan, we're not going to see it for long because as brutal a hold as it is, once it's applied, the tap out comes almost immediately.
Oh!
And there's the reversal from Neville. Bryan certainly had that one well scouted.
Yeah, that's because Daniel Bryan is so prepared every time he steps in the ring.
Covers. And he escapes with a kick out.
Daniel Bryan heading to the top turnbuckle. He wasted too much time on that one.
Looks like he's pinpointing the back. Talking about the yes lock, that move is what has made Daniel one of the premier submission artists in today's WWE, don't you think?
Well, forget about today's WWE. I'd say we're talking all time. The more we see Daniel force someone to the breaking point with a yes lock, the more I think it's a finisher for the ages.
Nicely executed.
He's showing no signs of letting up.
My God, his body's been through hell, and his ribs have bore the brunt of the attack.
Man, I hope we can get a doctor out here as a precaution. Damaged ribs like that can make it hard to breathe.
Going for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out.
The kick out's all that saved him. This match goes on.
Well, we can think back on some of the major moments of Daniel Bryan's career, and King, who can ever forget the way he won his first WWE heavyweight title?
Oh, yeah, it was under the wildest of circumstances, Michael. Daniel cashing in his Money in the Bank contract in 2011 to take the title off, of all people, Big Show. I mean, you talk about David versus Goliath. I think Show's head is bigger than Daniel's entire body. But of course, it didn't hurt that the Giant was completely incapacitated at the time.
My God, his body's been through hell, and his ribs have bore the brunt of the attack.
Man, I hope we can get a doctor out here as a precaution. Damaged ribs like that can make it hard to breathe.
Daniel Bryan's pin of Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship has always been viewed as controversial by some. After all, it was the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, who had already flattened Show and knocked him out cold. All Daniel had to do was pin an unconscious man. Some called the move gutless, some smart. That's what Money in the Bank is all about. Opportunity. Oh, Neville may have it. The Frankensteiner's going to seal the deal here.
I think you're right. Nobody comes back from a Frankensteiner.
Will this be? And the shoulders up now. That's a kick out.
Nice.
There's no keeping this guy down tonight.
He's softening him up.
Neville is making his presence known.
Put on him is Neville. You know, you can call Daniel Bryan's first heavyweight championship gutless if you want, but the fact is that he earned that Money in the Bank contract and that it was his right to cash it in any way he wanted. He saw his chance, he took it, and it's always going to be one of the most memorable moments of his life.
Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like Frankensteiner.
Man, oh man, that's a monster move.
Shoulder, and it's up. He got the shoulder up. What do you have to do to keep this guy down? I'd say that's more embarrassing than anything else. Rattle that spine with a powerful scoop slam.
Oh, make an appointment with your chiropractor after that. Oh, man, from the height.
Incredible move by Neville. Now that is just dangerous.
No kidding.
We have a winner and a new champion. Let's just call it for what it is, an all-out brawl. This match is not an impressive display of holds. This is a war where two men are going to attempt to tear each other limb from limb and pulverize one another beyond recognition. And King, we have a front row seat. John Cena connecting there with a good shot. Roman Reigns unable to be contained. Put out the laundry because the clothesline is here.
Oh, man, that almost took the head off.
The assaults from Roman Reigns come from the ground in the air. Reigns just crushes opponents with his knee lift, shoulder block, swinging gut-wrench slam, short arm clothesline, jumping lariat, and the phenomenal Superman punch. This is undoubtedly the chance of a lifetime for Roman Reigns.
A ton of talent, a ton of ability. Certainly someone to keep an eye on.
So much on the line in this one, and like they say, on any given night, anything can happen in WWE.
That's something I learned early on in my stay here in the WWE.
Yeah, like the night I beat you.
Yeah, absolutely anything can happen in the WWE, even that. Cole, earlier you talked about the sheer awesome arsenal of Roman Reigns, but we can't forget about his Samoan drop, or how he runs the length of the ring while on the floor and blasts his opponent in the head with a drop kick while they lay battered on the apron. John Cena with a nice reversal. Oh, out of nowhere. Oh, that can't feel good.
One of the impressive aspects to Roman Reigns' offense is that the moves punish an opponent all over the body. The back, neck, head, torso, legs. Reigns hopes to physically dismantle his opponents with a complete and total onslaught.
Well, Michael, the show.
Plenty of fight left.
You're right. This guy's still near 100%. John Cena will never give up. I'm not sure John Cena can give up. If there's only fumes left in the tank, Cena will keep going.
Look at the attack here.
Oh, man.
Covers. And the shoulders up.
And the match continues. I love this. What does it take to put this guy away? Uh-oh. John Cena may be kicking it into another gear. Bad news for Roman Reigns.
As awful as it is to say at times, John Cena is such a domineering entity between these ropes. Right now, we're witnessing.
Watch out!
And that was a costly misstep.
Makes the cover. And he escapes with a kick out.
Man, did you see that, Cole? If that won't keep Cena down for the count, I don't know if anything will. Well, he's got his opponent, and what's he going for here? He's pulling out all the stops tonight. Great counter. Look at that reversal. What strength. Oh, wow. He's not going to beat you with that move, but he's going to make sure you feel it.
He'll be feeling the effects of that for a while.
I have a feeling we're going to see several more demonstrations like that before the night's over.
And when John Cena is able to lock in that STF hold that we were talking about, the result is pretty predictable. Very few of his foes are able to escape it.
Right.
Cena has a lot of championship matches on his resume, and so many of them have ended on a tap out after John's applied the STF.
You know, a few of those contests come to mind, Michael. Cena used the STF to force Mark Henry to tap out at Money in the Bank in 2013. That was for the WWE Championship. And Cena finished Chris Jericho with it at Armageddon in 08.
And Cena goes with a five-knuckle shuffle. The end is near.
No kidding. Looks like another big victory for John Cena.
And a kick out.
The kick out's all that saved him. This match goes on. He's showing the heart of a warrior here tonight.
My God, his body's been through hell, and his ribs have bore the brunt of the attack.
Man, I hope we can get a doctor out here as a precaution. Damaged ribs like that can make it hard to breathe. You know, Michael, I've battled some powerhouses during my years in the ring, and I know John Cena well. Something an opponent has to do with that. Hey, the shoulders are down.
Oh, look at that. He managed to get a shoulder up.
Well, like they say, Cole, timing is everything. I don't know if John Cena's gas tank ever reaches empty.
I don't think there's an area on that back that's not suffering right now.
Yeah, when he wakes up in the morning, the only thing on his body that's not going to hurt is his pajamas.
From what we've seen and heard tonight, there must be serious injuries.
No kidding, this is going to need some serious medical attention.
King, you touched on something before that I'd like to expand on.
Well, go ahead.
An opponent of John Cena's cannot, and I repeat, cannot fall victim to his repertoire of power moves. Before you know it, you'll be in the attitude adjustment, and the match will be over.
So look, if a superstar wants to have a real chance at beating Cena, they'll need to try and keep a certain amount of distance from him during the match, because Cena's combination of strength and quickness has proven to be too much for most of his opponents. It's one of the reasons he's the franchise.
My God, I can't believe this. Look at that. The table just imploded from that impact. I can't believe what we just witnessed.
Yeah, in all my years in this business, and we were putting people through tables in Memphis in the 80s. I don't think I've ever seen a table just collapse like that before.
One move after the other. It's devastating.
This is hard to watch. This is going to be bad. Look at that reversal. What strength.
Cena with momentum early on.
He's in full-on attack mode now. Look how slow he is to recover here. That was some serious punishment.
Leg drop right across the back of the head. What a move by Cena. He's setting it up.
Going for broke. Wait, is he still conscious?
Shoulders down. Championship on the line.
You know, Cole, right, and he keeps it. What a win.